What sort of hole does it create if he's not able to play?
Well, first of all, I haven't seen him yet, so I don't know. Second thing is it gives another guy an opportunity. One guy's misery is another guy's opportunity. So whether it's Bryce, whether it's Damian, whether it's Lance, it may end up having to play Keon more minutes than my biggest thing for this whole team is sub yourself. Take yourself out of games. This isn't 8th grade. Just take yourself out, and if you do, you'll tell me I'm ready to go back, and you go back in.
And I wondered, Myron Jones is on a hot streak right now.
Yeah, John, you guys are playing really well, but only 7 games left. Is there any one area that you look at and say, we still need to refine this, we need to get this better?
We just look, I've got to keep this thing and point out stuff that we worked all week on this, and why did you do that? The discipline of the game. When you get in a hard-fought game, you can't make a whole lot of breakdowns because they make you pay. Good teams. They make you pay when you have no breakdowns. But with breakdowns, it's automatic. So we've got to clean that up. Here's the challenge I have. We got 23 days left to the regular season, 23 days. We got 7 games and 7 practices before the game. What can you do the day before a game? You're going to go 4 hours, okay? So that's 14 days. You have 3 days off. That's 17 days out of the 23. So you have 5 or 6 real practices. Question is, Bryce, Damian, maybe even Lance need us to compete against each other and scrimmage and do that. Is that smart this time of the year? Normally, I don't do it. I'm going to talk to the team about it today. What do you guys think? I just don't like going body to body. And every game we play is a war. Every game is a rock fight. And so you're getting 2 rock fights, a practice or 2. Is that enough to keep us climbing? We don't want to be this.
Yeah.
We still have 23 days. Can we tune things up and go? And can you do it without scrimmaging? That's the challenge I have.
How hard is the whole process of peaking at the right time, not doing it too early? How do you control that?
The process of what you do. How about this one? Tune-up games. We have the 3rd best schedule in the country right now. And now you guys know we got the gauntlet on these last 7. So my guess is we'll have one or two the schedule. So when you say we need to play more people, we play everybody. And so that's part of this, of what will happen and how we do it. Everything we do is geared toward March. We want to play hard games. We want to play teams that play different. Florida plays different. They press a little bit. It's more of a try to dictate the pace of the game, but they still press. They'll play a big zone, a wide zone. Great. We need to go against that. We're going to play teams that are going to come out and physically try to just manhandle us, push, shove, grab, hold, 2 hands around a guy trying to get open, flop charges. Great. You got to play every kind of team. So in March, nothing surprises you.
John Hale. John, we can't hear you. All right, we'll go to Dick Gabriel.
Yeah, John, you mentioned this not long ago, but teams are obviously just camping out around Oscar as though to say, you are not going to beat us on the boards. Is there anything you as a staff can do strategically, or is it just a matter of your kids sticking their nose in and helping?
Well, I'm saying we're going to end up getting 40 rebounds. So even with what they're doing, he's getting 15. That's ridiculous. Okay? Do you really want him to get 40? Somebody else got to go in there and rebound. And that's why we're telling whether Jacob or Keon, their number one thing, if Bryce goes in and he doesn't rebound or they jerk rebounds from him, it's a hard game to play. I don't care what he does offensively. Defend and rebound, and you'll get a chance to stay on that court. Let the guards get you shots. That's what's happened for Keon. They are making the plays for him to get shots, and he's knocking them down because he can. Bryce could be the same. Focus on rebounding and defense. But the kid, all that they're doing, and I know what you're saying, you're trying to be nice, but they're beating the crap out of him, and he's still coming up with 14. Sometimes there's 2 and 3 guys on him, which means where are the rest of you guys? Come on, get in there and rebound.
Gary Graves?
John, in this particular group of players, I mean, how has your advice about getting them their shots? I mean, why do you feel like this group is really responding to creating their own kind of offense and creating opportunities for themselves?
Well, for each other. It's not. We had 25 assists last game. And the way we play, you're playing for each other. You're creating for each other. And if everybody's creating for the other guys, it's a fun way to play. We play with 2 point guards, which means you have 2 creators on the court. We need finishers. Guys, you got to make open shots, and don't want to hear the excuse. Let's go. Make open shots. You don't have to make them all. You just can't miss them all. And, we have a group that trusts each other, that has accepted roles. Hard in this game, man. Hard when you have really good players. We had 6 guys in double figures last game. Let's hope that continues. Like I said, Davion, I'm like, 6th man of the year. He is taking his role and he's starring in his role. Oscar is taking his role and he's starring in his role. Now, Keon being more physical, rebounding the ball, taking the clutter so he's not playing with the weight of the world on his shoulders. All of a sudden, he's starring in his role. How about Jacob? He's starring in his role. How about Steady Eddie Kellen? He's starring in his role. How about Ty and Severe? I told Ty yesterday, you got to come to us when you have plays you can make and we have to do something. I told Severe yesterday, the greatest thing for Severe, he has as big an impact on the game as anybody in it, even when he doesn't make a shot. Defensively, leading us, creating, breaking down people. He worries about making shots. Stop. It doesn't matter except to you, but it doesn't matter to our team. And when it doesn't matter to you, Severe, you're going to make more shots. But when you're feeling the weight of the world because I'm missing this, I didn't score, don't. The impact that anybody about basketball sees that he has, even when he doesn't score. When he scores, we win pretty big.
Jerry, we'll come back to you.
John, you may have answered this already, but you said on the radio show that this team's identity is set. and you just need to repeat it, regularly. That's it. This is how we play. What is the identity in your mind?
I didn't say identity. I said we're established who we are. We're established the kind of team we are. We're established, whether it's on the road or at home, we've established that we're one of the better teams. It's established now. Now, let's see if we can improve on it. Let's see if we're playing against ourselves. And let's practice and prepare in a way that we're not satisfied. We stay hungry, yet we're humble. We know Florida can beat us. We know they're good. They won 4 in a row. They struggled without the big guy. They lost some games. Well, he was out. What if Oscar were out? We'd lose some games. So they're good. They can beat us. But speaking about Oscar, how about Oscar goes to a grade school where there are kids in town from the Congo, and they said it was off the charts what he did. Davion, I can go down the line. How does anyone talk down on any of these kids? How do you talk down on them? How about this? Talk down on the program? If you're a fan of this program, and maybe you're not, whether you're reading it or listening to it, how talking down? I mean, I don't get it, but my thing is we have the greatest fans, which makes this job what it is. They're here for our kids. I can't tell you what I'm getting everywhere I go. I can't tell you what's coming in because this program is not me. This program, I'm in a rented seat. And if anybody makes it personal, that's them. But I'm telling you, our fans, don't listen to it, don't read it. Because it's about this program. This program is the gold standard. Coach Rupp did it for 40 years. Coach Hall, all the guys that followed him. The fans of this program aren't listening to that other stuff. And when these kids go do what they do, wow, it's big.
We'll take 2 more questions. Dick Gabriel and then Daryl Bird.
John, just to follow up on Daryl's question about peaking, your Kentucky teams, almost without exception, have peaked in March. And you did it at your other stops as well in Memphis and UMass. What was it like learning how to do that as a coach, learning how to make that happen? Because it doesn't happen organically.
My thing has always been, and I'm winding it down so I can give away secrets right now, has always been fresh minds and fresh legs win at the end of the year. Fresh minds and fresh legs win, which means we're not having 2-hour film sessions, not doing it. I don't want to do it. We're not having 4-hour practices, not at the end of the year. We are what we are. We're established. We're just trying to get sharper and more consistent, more disciplined. Most of that is mental. The other thing I would tell you is for the entire season, I do not make one game bigger than another. I don't. You know, any game we play Louisville. Well, we didn't play them this year, but we're not making that game any bigger than Western Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, Moorhead. We're not. Moorhead, by the way, has a big game this weekend. Coach Spradlin has done, Preston, unbelievable job. They got Murray. So both good teams. They could get 2 teams in the NCAA tournament, by the way. But anyway, I don't build one game up bigger than the other. There's no Newt Rockne talks prior to the game. You got to do this. And we're sweeping the floor and jumping on stuff. I don't do any of that. This is, let's become a machine. Everything is day-to-day improvement. Stay in the moment. Every game is big here because there may be some teams across the country that are winding it down. Let's get this over. Unless they play us. And then they say it'll make our season if we beat Kentucky. Let's go crazy. So every game is big.
Daryl, finish us off.
From one 63-year-old to another, happy belated birthday, which brings up the idea of this year seems to have rejuvenated you. How much longer you think you might do this? You were talking about you're winding down. You give away secrets now.
Well, Look, this has been so much fun. The approach that these young people have taken, how they share. We got great kids, and their parents should be commended for the kind of kids we have here. And then in this recruiting process, we can't get away from who we are and what we're about. We can't sign guys just to sign them to get it done. This is different here. It isn't for everybody. That's not being arrogant. It's a different way that, like I said, these kids get prepared for the rest of their lives here, and not just in basketball and everything. What they're doing away from this court in this town and where they can make a difference. But also basketball-wise, the maturity of this group, I'm loving walking into practice. But I've had, out of my 13 years, probably 7 of the teams were this way, that we haven't had a bad practice this year. Now, I probably shouldn't say it. Maybe we'll have one somewhere, but we really have not.